You're listening to the Substation Gaming Podcast. I'm Black Chestnut. With me, I have Rocola.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about the Splatoon 3 Direct.
Yeah, Squid Games.
Yeah. So we're going to start it off with our general overall thoughts. How would you say yours first?
Yeah, it's a new Splatoon game. All that entails.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just made me more excited than I was before. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it, but it's like I don't need to have it right this second, you know? That's kind of
But
my
you gotta get it as soon as possible, otherwise you just miss out on all of the events.
Splatfests are evil. I am looking forward to the test fire though, right? That's still happening, right? They're gonna have pre-release.
Yeah, it's
All right.
on the 27th.
Well, we'll see if that turns me around and actually get a hold of the game. But
Yeah.
you know, there is some cool stuff they showed off in this, though. I'll give it that.
From what I heard with the test fire and stuff, there's going to be 26 or 27 weapons available.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
For it.
The original test fire for Splatoon 1 had like 3.
Yeah. I think it's like, not only is it at least one of every type, but it's multiple of every type, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do I still have the sloosher, the big bucket? That
Of
stupid
course.
power thing? I love it.
There's so many cool sloshers in the game nowadays, you know? Like the X-Slosher, which turns it into a mortar shell.
That's great.
Yeah. Or the washing machine.
Yeah, I've seen
Actually,
that.
it's called the sloshing machine.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. But as for my general thoughts, this was super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of gave me everything I've ever wanted in a Splatoon game, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing at this point that I still really want to see is I want a boss fight against DJ Octavio in his humanoid form, where he's basically just Sword Saint Inshin. He's the final boss of Sekiro.
Okay, I never beat Sekiro.
Yeah. He's just an old dude with a katana and a spear. That's all you really need to know. And occasionally he'll pull out a gun and shoot you with it.
Okay, that's exactly what DJ Octavio should be.
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
reason more often just to be a dick.
Yeah. So that's effectively like, that's what I want to see, you know? Because it would be the coolest shit ever. And considering they added the Splatana.
Oh, that would be sick. You have to use the Splatana to fight.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. It's like, now that seems very plausible.
You know what, actually, no, make it this super hype. Make it the Virgil fight for the end of DMC5, or it's just like the most over-the-top thing possible.
You haven't played the final boss fight of Sekiro, clearly.
I have. Is it that bad? Is it that insane?
Oh, it's kind of more insane, yeah. It's the final boss of Sekiro. It's like one of the hardest action games ever. It's like,
see, I'm used to FromSoft bosses being excellent, but you know, half of them are downers. Unfortunately. I don't know. I'll get back to Sekiro sometime day, but
he actually does get a lot of build up throughout the game because you interact with him numerous times before you fight him. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I think the single player in general, I think, is my one big, I mean, Octo Expansion is good. Splatoon's 2 main single player story was just the same as Splatoon 1, like, entirely.
Yeah. Like, I think it's really funny how people criticize Splatoon 2 single player, because when Splatoon 1 was out, right, and everybody was like, the single player is great. I just wish that I could use more than one weapon. And they're like, okay, we've added all of the weapon types to the single player now. And it's basically the same, but you can do what we want, what you asked for. And it's like, this is too similar.
No, my big issue...
You know, it's very much a case of people don't know what the fuck they want.
My big issue was that the environments all felt like a 3DS puzzle game.
I mean, I agree with that. But Splatoon 1 had that same issue.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, 2 did it even like try to fix that. I mean, at least Octo Expansion had some more visual craziness going on. Like Octo Expansion fix is good. Like that was really good.
Yeah. We already see that the single player in Splatoon 3 utilizes a lot of Octo Expansion elements, so
yeah, hopefully
if I had to guess based off the trailer, it seems like it's going to be split up into 2 halves, where the first half is going to be regular and then the second half is going to be Octo Expansion-esque.
Okay. Yeah, I can go for that.
Yeah.
Then we'll get a DLC eventually, they announced. And that will, I don't know if that will be more single player or if they're going to lock multiplayer types behind the DLC. Who knows?
They're never going to lock fucking multiplayer stuff behind paid DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know that that the DLC is going to revolve around Pearl and Marina.
Yeah, we saw the silhouettes.
Yeah. So everybody's been saying it's just going to be their wedding. That's it.
That's it. You pay $50 to attend.
Yeah.
It's like an online event. You can only do it once.
Yeah.
You know, that's a character for Pearl. Pearl would charge people to attend it.
Yeah. As for the new weapon types, though, specifically like the Inkatana, I want to talk about that now. Which
sure.
I very clearly remember saying this in like one of our previous podcasts where we talked about Splatoon 3. It's like the one thing I wanted them to add was a katana.
And they did.
Yeah.
You know, I always felt like the paintbrush was already kind of like as close as a katana as they were going to get. I don't know. I'm surprised he actually just went and did it.
I'm surprised too, because whenever I thought about it, I thought this would be really cool, but it's too similar to the brushes and rollers, right? It's like to add a third melee weapon that also probably would have terrible ink coverage, even in comparison to the other two, which are already have terrible ink coverage. You know?
Oh, I thought the roller had okay ink coverage. I don't know.
It's really bad.
I don't know current meta.
No one ever inks with the roller. The roller is a Slayer weapon.
Okay.
Right. The only people who use the rollers are going for kills, or if they're using the dynamo roller, which is a bit more of an anchor / support weapon. Only the dynamo roller has acceptable ink coverage. Yeah.
Okay.
The Splatana is really interesting though, because
it's kind of like a melee weapon with it shoots out like a ranged attack.
Yeah,
sort of. Like,
it's kind of like shoots out like a Zelda beam, sort of.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is like.
Yeah. If you hit them with the actual blade of the weapon, it does drastically more damage. Of course.
So,
if you hit them with the melee charge slash, it's a one-hit kill. It does 120 damage.
So, you can play a fit like a shotgun, pretty much. Just, the more you're in their face, the deadlier it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You still have a bit of range to, so you're not just a complete sitting duck.
It's obviously it's going to be a Slayer weapon. You want to dive in deep, get as many kills as possible.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Other weapons we see.
I mean, they showed off more of the bow, but that was the only new weapon they showed off was the katana. Okay. There is a second form of the katana, which is the chainsaw variant, which is the heavier, slower but stronger version.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a stamp roller.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
That I always think that the novelty of that, like the paint weapons, is going to wear off, and then they come up with like something stupid like that.
I'm not sure if you noticed this, but the Splatana, the base regular one, is a windshield wiper.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a windshield wiper that has a sponge attached to it. There's the blade.
That's brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah, it looks really fun to use, but it might be terrible.
Who cares? Go. You're gonna have some clutch plays.
I know I'm definitely gonna go get on and then start Zengatsuing people immediately. I'm gonna Zengatsu little Timmy.
Oh man, that's the one reason there is. If there was voice chat, you could just spam David Hayter saying the voice lines he says during the Zangetsu boss fight. And just a really confused child who you have a massive kill streak on.
Yeah. Yeah, someone already made a Metal Gear Solid edit with the 2-second clip of the katana.
Of course they did. Yeah, we got like 3 seconds of it in this direct.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is there for weapons? Sheldon's back.
Yes.
Oh well.
Yeah. Most of the sub-weapons from the Splatoon 2 have returned. As for the specials, about half of them have returned, and then the other half they got rid of.
Okay.
As for the returning specials, right, they got rid of most of the ones that were like really toxic and bad. And then they also got rid of the ones that were just really trash.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fair.
There's one big exception to that, though, being the Tenta missiles, which all the competitive players are like, it's Ultra S tier, it's super OP, and I'm kind of sitting here being like, I don't understand people's issue.
People, right?
Yeah, you lock onto people and you launch missiles towards them. And I really don't understand people's complaints with this special are. Because they're like, oh, it has global range and it's really spammy. And I'm like, well, of course, it doesn't really matter that it has global range because it doesn't do anything. And it doesn't matter that it's really spammy because it doesn't do anything. It's like, it doesn't need to, they're like, oh, it doesn't need to kill people, it just needs to displace them. And it's like, it's a fucking movement shooter. If you're not moving, you're playing the game wrong. It's like, if you're the only person who should be standing still for a long period of time is the anchor, right? So the Tenta missiles are only annoying to the anchor. And they're only a minor annoyance, because all it means is you just have to move out of position for like 10 seconds. Take no damage, and then go back into position. You know? These are only a threat if you're already in the middle of a fight, you know?
3 minutes?
I exaggerate with the 10 seconds, it's actually 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they're only a threat to you if you're already in the middle of a firefight. But if you're already in the middle of a firefight, there's already like a 50% chance you're going to die anyway. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you die in seconds.
And it's like, the reason why they're spammable is because they have a really low cost. And the reason why they have a really low cost is because they're trash and they don't do anything. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the biggest upside to using the Tenta missiles is that it instantly refills your fucking special gauge.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's not annoying.
Yeah. It's like, well, not special gauge, your ink tank is what I mean. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I thought you just like
no, it doesn't refill your special gauge when you use it. It refills your ink tank.
I thought you were implying that like it refilled on damage or something. So like if you hit people with it, you can immediately have it back up and just keep spamming it forever.
No, it's not that good. I mean, you can throw out a bomb and then fire it, and then it will be partially filled from the bomb explosion.
Yeah, that's true of most specials, isn't it?
Yeah, well, kind of. Not really.
Yeah.
No.
How long's the charge for half of them? I don't know.
I mean, okay, like, the big upside for it in, like, actual competitive play is that it reveals where all the enemies are on the map, right?
Okay.
But that's not something that's useful in solo queue, right? That's only good in comp, where you're actually communicating with your team, right?
Yeah.
In solo queue, that's not that useful.
Well, in solo queue, I don't balance. The game's a bit of a clusterfuck, and that's fine, honestly. You know, that's fun.
I'm just saying, I really don't understand where people's like pentamissile mindset is like S tier. It's like I don't like. Okay, if you think it's like one of the best specials, sure, it's not bad, but it's like I don't think it's overpowered by any means.
What are the old annoying ones? Was it like
keep in mind
annoying?
it's I mean for Splatoon 1, it's like everything in Splatoon was absurdly OP. Right? The balancing for specials in Splatoon 1 is everything is obscenely overpowered. Right? And that's how we balanced it.
I enjoy that balancing half the time. I don't know. I haven't played Splatoon 1 in so long. So I can't even remember.
I mean, overall, the specials in 3 seem to be way, way better.
Yeah. It's a fun variety, too. I like the crab.
But it's like, Tenta missiles, I really don't understand what people complain of. Like, Tenta missiles were never nearly as bad as Ink Armor or Stingray.
Yeah.
The one where you shoot through walls. Like, that one, at its peak, was way worse than Tenta missiles are now, which Tenta missiles only got OP, keep in mind, after they buffed it 4 times in a row because it was trash at launch. Like, it's never gotten any nerf because it was never good. Like, that's just what I'm saying, you know? And don't take my word for it. it's like, I'm rank X2, man. It's like... You know,
but the new specials, the best one, can we agree it's the dispenser?
Oh, of course.
What does it actually do? Exactly.
It gives you a variety of stat buffs.
Okay.
So they haven't really specified exactly what buffs they are, but we know it's at least a movement speed buff. It buffs your movement abilities like Squid Surge and Squid Roll. It probably gives you a buff to super jumping.
Okay. Maybe ink refilling?
Maybe ink refilling. You know what? It might just give you every possible stat buff from all the things.
That'd be nice.
Because I know one of the things it does give you is instant respawn.
Oh, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
If it's a respawn,
it might not be instant respawn, it just might be faster respawn.
That's still
I heard on Twitter that it was instant respawn.
Okay, that's still that's huge, actually.
Yeah, it seems like kind of the objectively best support special.
I mean, it being only for support though, that automatically limits how many people are going to use it though.
Well, you only run support on your team. The team comp is 2 Slayers, 1 support, 1 anchor.
Yeah.
So, and the support's job is to play the objective and control the map.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
The anchor's job is to control the back line, and then the Slayer's job is to kill.
Yeah.
So it's usually the support's job to sit on the objective and whatnot. But Slayers also do that a lot as well.
Yeah, because that's where all the kills are.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, the thing is, they put it on the end zap. Right? Because the end zap is, like, the meta support weapon, pretty much. Back in Splatoon 1. Well, Splatoon 2, because it had Ink Armor, which was the best support special in Splatoon 2. Because it gave everybody a free hit globally.
Yeah, I remember it being bullshit.
It was.
But it was
fun. And so now it's like it has the exact same kit, except it's now has the cooler instead of Ink Armor. So
which coolers, I mean, I don't know if it's as powerful as Ink Armor, but it's probably more fun to use. Honestly,
it's definitely more balanced than Ink Armor.
Yeah,
it's not as OP. It's more balanced. Because you have to go to the cooler in order to get the buff for 1. And 2, the buff doesn't give you. It doesn't give you a defense buff, right? It's an offensive buff. You know.
Yeah. Which is also more fun because playing aggressive is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen half a lot of the other specials in previous ones, right?
Yeah, they've shown off.
How about the reef slider? Did we see that before, where you're just on a shark
or something? That was new on
this
one. Yeah, you ride a blow-up shark, and then it explodes.
Fun.
I'm pretty sure you are invincible while you're riding it. Because he looks like in the trailer he gets shot in the face like 20 times and took no damage.
They were using really bad weapons. But yeah, you're probably invincible.
Yeah.
Inkstorm's back. I like... Inkstorm was in 2, right? I'm not crazy, right? Or was that a 1?
It was in 2.
Okay. I
They
remember
didn't bring
enjoying
back
Inkstorm.
any of the specials from 1, although, well, technically the Ink Strike is kind of back, but it's revised this time. Where now you throw out 3 Ink Strikes, but you can't select where they are on the map. You have to throw a little ball.
Yeah.
So they only go as far as you can throw them.
Fair enough. I missed Ink Strike a lot, but yeah, it's kind of absurd. You can just, across the map, cover, like...
And the Ink Zuka from 1 is back, but the projectile you fire is different.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a big lobbed explosion instead of a big tornado thingy.
Fair
which
enough.
Makes a lot more sense practically.
Yeah, how did that shoot a tornado?
Yeah. They also brought back the Booyah Bomb and Ultra Stamp, of course.
Is the Wave Breaker new? Because that just looks annoying more than good.
That is new. So that's the Wave Breaker is a revised version of like a Splatoon 1 special, the one where you revealed everyone on the map, you know?
Okay.
Which was very OP.
Yeah.
This one, it only reveals them in a set area, and you can avoid being revealed by jumping over it. Now, it does give you that does make an interesting ultimatum where it's like, okay, you jump over it and reveal yourself anyway, or you wait to take damage and also get revealed. So it's like, it kind of forces people to reveal themselves no matter what anyway, because if you're hiding in the ink currently, you have to jump to not get revealed, which would then reveal you, you know?
Yeah. At the same time, I don't know. The range doesn't look huge, unless this isn't like a choke. I don't know. Maybe
we
it's
also
probably
don't know how long it lasts for. Yeah. We also don't know if it's destroyable or not.
Yeah, I feel like this is like it's gonna feel practically useless for like just random people playing without any competitive focus, and at the highest competitive level, it would have to be good.
I don't know. So I think the Wave Breaker looks very balanced to me.
Yeah.
Not
it just
global.
Looks, yeah, it's not global, so of course.
Yeah. Most global shit in Splatoon is pretty OP. Like, that's just kind of a rule of thumb. That's like the one thing. That's why
the strike was awesome.
Yeah.
Pull out your gamepad, poke the screen, and murder the entire team across the map.
That's why everybody runs Tenta missiles, despite the fact that they don't actually do anything. Because they're global, that means it must be good, despite the fact that no one has ever been killed by them ever. It's like, it's a minor annoyance, but if you keep moving forward, they'll never fucking hit you. And if you're not moving forward in Splatoon, you're playing the game wrong. It's like,
you're underestimating how many people are bad at video games.
I don't know, it's just like, is moving a little bit to the left really that hard, guys? Did it really force you to, like, get in a bad position? Like, you should be moving your position constantly anyway. It's just how the game is played. It's like...
Yeah.
It's like...
I don't know.
I've never had a problem with Tenta missiles.
But that's enough about the supers or specials or whatever the official title is.
Yeah, we can talk about
I don't know.
The stuff. I guess we can move on to the ranked system. Let's talk about that.
Sure.
Because they changed how it works. And it's actually kind of nice. So, I'm not 100% sure on all the fine details, but how I think it works, because they didn't really explain it, much. And they go a bit more in detail on the website, but it's still kind of confusing. Is that there's 2 different ranked modes. There's solo queue and then there's group queue, which is different from league queue. The group queue, effectively, is you just play it and you can earn ladder points, right? And then I guess you have to spend your ladder points on the solo queue format to go for a series to get a promotion. To like rank up and stuff.
Okay.
And the promotions are like best of 7, I think. Because you have to win 5 games before you lose 3.
Okay.
Or maybe it's best of 8. Or is it 7? It's best of 7.
Okay. So that sounds complicated.
It's a little complicated. But the important part is you can carry over your save data from Splatoon 2, which will affect your like ladder positioning, right? And your MMR and whatnot. So it will let you carry through some of your rank effectively. So if you're, say, rank X, right, in Splatoon 2, they'll probably start you at around S plus or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or like at least A.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll start you higher than bottom tier. So you're not going up against little Timmy. Who
just accidentally clicked on it.
Yeah, who just started playing the game 5 minutes ago. And it also lets you skip having to play to level 10 before playing ranked. It lets you jump straight into ranked day 1 and stuff like that. And then it also gives you a few tokens and tickets and whatnot to buy weapons from Sheldon.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I love buying things from Sheldon.
Yeah, it lets you pick out like your main weapon that you want to use day run of the game,
Okay.
So it's like you don't have to be just stuck with the Splattershot Junior on day 1. You can actually go and grab your 3 mains,
Yeah.
Just jump straight into high ranked immediately.
Nice. So do you think it is a better or worse system than 2? Because I did not play a ton of ranked. I don't know how far I got.
I don't know yet. I'll have to play it to find out.
Okay, I was just wondering for the theory. Was there any issues you got with Splatoon 2's ranking?
My only main issue was that you couldn't play the ranked modes without playing ranked.
Really?
There's no unranked ranked game modes.
Huh.
And that's honestly the reason why I ended up grinding my rank so much in Splatoon 2. It wasn't because I cared about my ranked. It was just because I wanted to play the ranked game modes because they're fun. And I didn't care about my ranked. But since I'm good at the game, I kept ranking up.
I remember playing Tower Control a decent amount. Was that true in 1?
It was true in 1, yeah. This is interesting because now I'm pretty sure with the open queue, you can't actually demote.
Huh.
I'm not 100% sure on any of this because the game's not out yet. And the information they've released on it has been very, unspecific about all the details. But from what I'm aware is you can just play that open queue solo, even without friends. And you don't actually have to worry about demoting. But you can still build up points towards your next, promotion attempt, more or less. So you can play the ranked game mode queues more casually, effectively.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
You can just hop in and not rage quit. I always found Splat Zone silly because it's just like regular Splatoon with more steps.
Splat Zones is king of the hill.
I guess, but
I mean, it's very straightforward. It's like Splat Zones is king of the hill. Tower Control is payload. Rainmaker is capture the flag. More or less.
Yeah.
And then Clam Blitz is football.
I can't remember for the life of me what Clam Blitz is.
I know what Clam Blitz is. It's just complicated. Clamblitz is the one that's most like a real sport. You know?
Okay.
Because you have to collect clams that are scattered across the map. And once you collect enough clams, you form a football. And then you throw the football into their goal to score points.
Okay.
Whoever scores the most points wins.
That doesn't sound as fun as tower control.
It's definitely more complicated. It is fun, but it's only really fun if you have a coordinated team, because then you can make cool plays where you have one guy who snuck up to the enemy thing, and then you have the other guy who has the football, who super jumps to the guy who's standing right next to it.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds...
But you can't make those coordinated plays in solo queue. I mean, you can try by mashing the pin button and hoping that the people notice. Even in Rank X, they never notice. They never notice.
Yeah. They don't. They don't even know what game they're playing. They're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else on ranked?
I think that's about all I wanted to say on ranked. I'm excited to get back to the grind. Yeah.
You know, Splatoon ranked I probably enjoy other than other ranks because there is no solo queue. I don't have to listen to people's voices.
Exactly.
I tried playing TF2 ranked, and you know it's fun when you have like a coordinated team, but then you get that one game where there's just like one asshole on voice chat. I never want to play the game again.
Yeah.
See, like that doesn't matter when you're playing a chill game, but ranked game mode, nah.
Yeah. Ranked game modes are kind of like not fun a lot of the times. And the thing, it's really funny because if they didn't force me to play ranked to play the good game modes, I wouldn't have bothered to play ranked in Splatoon. But because I'm like, well, if you're going to lock all the good game modes behind ranked play, I'm going to just have to play ranked. And since I am good at the game, I'm just going to get to the best rank because that's just how good I am. I didn't try to get rank X. It just kind of happened by me playing the game.
Yeah, you played a lot of Splatoon too, I know.
Yeah, I put 1,000 hours into it. Right? So I have more than enough experience to say that the people are overhyping Tenta missiles. They're not nearly as good as everybody says they are. In comp play, they're as good as everybody says they are, because the ability to globally reveal where everyone is on the map instantly, and then also fire obnoxious missiles that are annoying at them quite frequently too, because they have such a low like ink requirement. Sure. But in solo queue, they're not that big of a deal. It's like,
yeah.
It's like them being global is counteracted by the fact that they're fucking garbage. It's like you should be embarrassed if you die to those things. Like, come on.
They should put like a kill feed laughing at you, like, you know, like the fish in TF2. Like, just make fun of you in a kill feed.
Yeah.
But all right.
Oh wait, there's one more thing related to the ranked queue. That's not specifically the ranked queue, but it is the new lobby system and the new test range, which is completely different. So the test range in Splatoon 1 and 2, they were only accessible by talking with like Sheldon and whatnot. I mean, I think there was a menu option to skip to it from the square, but like primarily it was just to test out weapons and whatnot. The new test range, how it works is you go to the middle of the tower, right, to go for the multiplayer battles, right? You enter the lobby and it goes into the test range. And then there's like a terminal in the test range that you can access that, well, technically you can just access this by pressing L. That will let you pick your queue and match up and stuff. And while you're waiting for your queue to, like, you know, find the match, you can just fuck around in the testing range and whatnot.
Oh, that's nice. It's not just like
You're not just sitting in the menu looking at your yeah. You're not just doing literally nothing. You know? So that's really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and test range in general looks a lot bigger.
Yes.
One, it was alleyway.
Yeah. And two, it was a different alleyway.
I did really like it in one. I mean, it's true in two as well. How you went there, it did look different during Splatfests. It was very chill during the Splatfests.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be different during Splatfests in Splatoon 2 through.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. It looks way better overall. And they added ghosts to it. Your friends.
Oh, yeah, those are scary.
Just show up as holograms.
Queue up with you.
Yeah. They didn't show this off during the thing, but I'm pretty sure on the website it said they also have new test dummies for it that will actually fire back.
Oh.
So you can actually, practice more defensive maneuvers.
That's fun. I want ridiculously complicated bots. I want that in my test range.
Your dryer is really loud.
No. There's nothing I can do.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to...
Oh well. Nobody watches these anyway.
Not this far in. This is a Splatoon rambly one.
Yeah. Anybody who wanted to watch it has already watched the reaction and shit.
Yeah, this is for SEO.
No, this is more just for me.
Okay.
I'm the only person who watches this goddamn fucking channel.
But speaking of you, they added the most important character.
Oh yeah. Harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah.
He has a store called Hotlantis.
Yeah, Hotlantis. It's a very
Why is it?
It's a very fitting name.
I'm looking at it right now. They have an Inkling plush that I own in real life on the shelf in that store.
They have multiple merch in here that's real life merch.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Why does she have a super... What are those things called? They're the Nintendo toy that grabs things. Super hand or something? Why does she have one?
Yeah. I don't know. Because what else is she gonna do?
I don't know. Sell you
I mean,
stickers.
overall, she seems more animated than the rest of the shopkeepers, to be honest.
Yeah, she's doing stuff. Unlike... Yeah, she has different... actually, she stands up. She does different poses. Only the other ones kind of just move their arms.
Yeah, she has, she seems to have multiple idle animations.
Yeah. And they add this all because... just to specifically appeal to you.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
So the lore of why she's here is that the owner of the store is a lazy piece of shit who doesn't actually do anything. And he just fucks off all the time. And so she comes in regularly to, shop around and, shoplift and stuff. And so yeah. So what's happening is Inklings are coming in to buy things, and then they're handing her the money, and she's like, okay. But she's just pocketing it. She doesn't need the money, mind you. She's part of an extremely successful band.
She just walked in here.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know what's happening. This is
full
brilliant.
Of fun toys for her to play with. She doesn't care.
This is genius. This is the most fun writing the game's ever had, actually. Aside from the idle banter.
Yeah. I love how it's all just totally implied too, because it's just
yeah, she just says, "Oh, I don't work here. You can shop around."
Hey, welcome to Hotlantis. I don't really work here, but you can shop around and I'll sell you stuff.
Genius. cool, thanks. I hope your locker is looking really fresh or something.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
And now she actually has fan art now. Congrats.
More than she used to. Yeah. I thought I had, a good majority of, the Porco Harmony art. Apparently, I only had up until that point about half. Because apparently, I guess one of my mutuals on Twitter has like 3,000 pieces. I'm just like, where is all this other art coming from that I'm not aware of? I thought I had almost all of it.
Yeah. Is there another image board? Do they have a Pixiv alt?
I guess I'm just not looking hard enough. I don't really use Tumblr, so that might be it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of random stuff on Tumblr, isn't there?
Yeah.
You can't go on Tumblr because it's like, hey, please download the app or log in. It's like, I don't want to log in. I don't want an account.
Yeah, I can't let anybody know I was here. That's almost as bad as making a Reddit account.
Yeah. Whew. But she sells you stickers
that
for.
washer is like terrible.
I'm sorry. Go edit it down.
I can't edit it out. We're part of the same audio sequence. It's like making a high-pitched whistling noise.
I could go kick it or punch it.
I don't even know why it sounds like that. That's terrible.
Because it's an old piece of shit.
Is it on level ground?
Yes. I think it's just pieces inside that are just old.
It's literally like squeaking.
Oh, don't worry. We're more than halfway. Let's just have a really shitty last third.
Fine. I don't care. Like I said, I'm gonna watch this.
But speaking of Poroko, the lockers, she sells you stickers for the lockers, right?
Yeah, she sells you stickers and other junk to put in your locker.
I like the lockers a lot. They're dumb and they look fun.
Oh yeah, they look cool. I'm gonna buy a lot of shit from mine. Not to put it in my locker, mind you, just to spend time with Poroko.
I'm gonna make my locker. I don't know. I'm gonna find the stupidest thing possible. I'm gonna come up with something dumb.
Yeah. Well, I hope now that she's actually in the game, they'll just give her the Sheldon treatment and she just gets to be in every game after this. Just like, we don't need a new vendor for the lockers. We just keep her. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah, just do that.
Why bother? If you're gonna keep around a design and character that no one likes, like Sheldon, for every single game, then why don't you keep around a character design that everybody likes?
They acknowledge in game that nobody likes him.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they keep doing Sheldon again and again instead of just making a new weapons vendor. It's like, you can come up with a new character, guys. Make it Sheldon's grandpa or something. I don't know.
This setting, they could have it be like you're in like Mad Max Wasteland. Just make like a freaking psycho sell you weapons. I want that. Just
it's like, I get Sheldon's like 1,000 years old and some shit, but like, come on. It's like, you can come up with a new weapons vendor. It doesn't need to be this one guy who makes all of the weapons.
I know.
There's got to be a second person in this world who also makes weapons. This society that has built its entire infrastructure around child blood sports has got to have more than one person who makes weapons.
Child blood sports. And they're all just weapons he's ripping off of shitty found, isn't it? Like, come on. Like, they're like, are all the weapons just blueprints of random shit from humans?
I think that's the lore reason. That's why they're all repurposed junk.
Yeah, you think someone else would have come up with something like a real AK-47 by now. with this much murder going on.
Well, the thing is, it's like there's no reason for bullet-based weapons when ink is just more effective in this universe, right? Because ink allows you to cover your terrain, which allows you to swim in it, which is a tactical advantage. On top of the fact that ink can also be used to kill your opponents.
What evolutionary horror led to this?
Yeah. And it's like ink refills naturally just through their biology, and they can refill it faster by swimming.
The Inklings really are a horror.
So they literally have infinite ammo, so there's no reason to ever use anything besides ink, It would just be it would just be worse. It would be less effective to try and shoot them with a real gun. They'd probably regenerate the wound faster than when they get overflowed with enemy ink, which causes them to completely explode. Which is what lets them not regenerate. Because remember, they're squids, they can regrow limbs and shit. And they don't have real bones, which is why they can't break their bones from falling. Why they can jump 12 stories without getting hurt at all.
What about water? Water seems awfully deadly in this universe.
That's because their bodies are made out of ink.
Yeah, it's dissolves.
So they dissolve.
They probably have a pact they can't use water. That's too deadly. That's like the flamethrowers or mustard gas of this universe. They had to have a Geneva Convention.
Well, the only reason why they respawn in game is because of the respawn points that collect their souls and then reform their bodies. Otherwise, they just stay dead.
Because the little angels float out. Ghosts.
Yeah.
It's so fucked.
Yeah. There's points in the Octo expansion where you don't have a respawn point, right? So canonically, if you die in those points, you just died.
Yeah, you just
died. You didn't respawn. The respawn there is non-canon. Because every other death in the game is canon, besides those.
What was up with the blender in Octo expansion? Wasn't that messed up? I can't remember what that was.
So they blended up Octolings to form goo, and then they injected that goo into other Octolings in order to turn them into zombies.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's like a plot point in Amnesia: The Dark Descent. What the fuck, Nintendo?
It was gonna be more fucked up, but they toned it down. You can actually, you could see a lot of the concept art for it in one of the art books and stuff. The one that didn't get localized, the one that gave us Porrico's name.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Yeah, it's called Hiroaka, I think it's pronounced, or Walker. I don't remember exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's the Octo expansion art book. It never got localized.
Okay, I see why. Another random thing to random. What's up with the card game? This looks really random. In terms of how much effort's put into it. Why is this here?
You know what is interesting is that they didn't say that Squid Beats was returning.
Oh no, not the random game I played once out of curiosity.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's still in the game and they just didn't bother to mention it because it's the exact same as it was in Splatoon 2.
Yeah, it's such a...
they just ported it 1-to-1, and they just added new music,
It's just a thing that exists.
I hope that's what they did. I'd be a little disappointed if they cut it, just because that was a really convenient way of listening to the game's music. If you wanted to listen to a specific track.
It did work as a nice music box, didn't it?
Yeah. You could also unlock extra bonus tracks with the amiibos and stuff.
Oh.
You could unlock some tracks from Splatoon 1 and stuff. With the Splatoon 1 amiibos.
I had Splatoon 1 amiibos. They were cool.
I have them too. I'm pretty sure I bought them for you. They were like a birthday present.
You might have.
Ago.
Also, I'm looking through the direct right now, and I noticed that the username of the person in the card game is Veronica.
Veronica.
Yeah. The Japanese word for squid. Those pun bastards.
Yeah, for all the trailers, they kept reusing the same usernames.
They're all evil.
Yeah. I kept noticing the one that was like anemone number 1. Which I like to think was a subtle hint that we were getting Porco.
Another random topic to move into. I have no segue.
Oh, before we move on from Porco though, and like Harmony and
Okay, sure.
Because we talked about her a lot, but I don't think I ever actually fully explained what's the actual big deal about her. Right? I didn't actually give a good explanation of it. So, Harmony is a character that has existed since Splatoon 1. She's been a background character in game. You can literally hear her sing in multiple of the songs because she's part of the band Chirpy Chips, which is ABXY in Japan.
Chirpy Chips.
Yeah, I know. ABXY was such a better name.
No, I really like Chirpy Chips. It's very dumb. I like it.
Yeah. It's because they do chiptune music. Yeah, they're basically like an Anamanaguchi-esque band, you know?
Okay.
And so she's in like the first 2 games. She only had 2 pieces of official art, ever, up until now.
Okay.
But despite that, she managed to gain a cult following.
Yes, which you are a member of.
Oh yes, I very much was a member of. Yeah, kind of, I was kind of part of the inner circle. I was the lurker.
You were in the
I
inner
was
circle.
the lurker of the inner circle, you know? I was, like, in there. I didn't say or do anything. You know, I saved every image.
You were never initiated into the top secret Power Code Discord server that existed, probably.
No, I'm in there.
Oh, of course.
I just don't post in it.
I don't worry. I was in the Rika Frude Discord server that's been inactive for 4 years now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel ya. Now your character actually exists, though, so now you can.
No, this is the celebration. We all got together and we all celebrated.
I know, yeah. Now you actually get fan art.
Not nearly as loudly as I thought they would. You'd think the whole server would go into uproar, you know, and everybody was just kind of chill about it.
They're like, oh, yeah, cool.
So I ordered pizza and wings to celebrate. I don't know about you guys.
This is fitting for the character, though.
Yeah.
Just you're like, oh, cool, okay. But yeah.
She's so goated.
But the topic I was going to move on, I had no clever segue or anything. Salmon Run.
Yeah.
We saw bosses. That's all that's new, right?
We saw some new bosses, yep. The Big Shot.
Big Shot? Which one's the Big Shot?
He's a big guy. He shoots a cannon.
Oh, he's a Big Shot. We got the
UFOs. Chance to be a big shot.
Murder you.
Yeah.
UFOs are scary. And these ones just fall on you.
This looks... Salmon Run looks even better than it was before.
Yeah, I never played a lot of Salmon Run. Every time I was in the mood for it, I was like, oh man, I want to go play Salmon Run. It's closed. Fuck you.
Yeah, thankfully, they've confirmed that it's going to be available all time now.
Thank God. That was genuinely one of the most baffling design decisions I've ever seen.
You know what? I think the reason for it is because they weren't sure how popular it was going to be. I think they vastly... Yeah. I think they vastly underestimated how popular the game mode would be. So they kind of were like, okay, let's make it only available at certain times. That way it forces everyone to get in at the same time and, you know...
Have fast queues, yeah.
Yeah, have faster queues because of that. Because everybody's going to be cramming to play it, you know, all at this one time when you only can do it, you know.
Now, can you explain to me the map rotation? So what the fuck's up with that?
Competence?
Because there's no reason to not just have it.
I understand their map rotation, in context of like Salmon Run, right?
Oh yeah.
In terms of like, and also in like ranked queue, I get that.
Yeah,
right?
ranked that makes sense. Yeah, have that settled. Yeah, have that. You don't want to just jump into something random and you don't know what it's going to be. That makes sense.
Exactly. It's like it gets annoying only playing the same 2 maps for an hour.
Yeah, because like I want to play some Splatoon, and then I get bored after like 10 minutes because I keep playing the same 2 maps.
One map. Yeah. I kind of, I get it, and I kind of like it just for the fact that it's like now I know which weapon I want to use on this map, right? That's like like okay, there's 2 maps. Of these 2 maps, this one weapon is like pretty good on both of them. It's like this one is really good on this one, and I can still play it on the other one. So it's like
I think a better system would just be you do solo queue. It gives you a random map. You have a chance to switch your weapon if you want. Like it'll give you like 20 seconds to switch your weapon. Like once you know the map. Like I feel like that would probably be the best compromise for that.
You see, you'd think that. However, because of how their matchmaking works, they actually base the map matching partially off of what weapon you picked. So they try to group you in teams, like to try to make your team comp balanced around the weapons your team has, right? They try not to put like multiple people running the exact same weapon on the same team, right? They try to make sure that not everyone has a backline anchor type weapon, right? They don't want a team of 4 anchors, right? And since it's solo queue and everybody's playing random shit, it's hard to like play the meta,
Yeah.
Because there's no way to enforce it. So you just kind of hope that your team comp is good enough, right?
Yeah.
Where you at least have 1 support, 1 anchor, and 1 slayer. And then the 4th guy is just
solo queue is so disorganized and half the players are terrible at the game that I don't even know how much does comp even matter at that point. Like your team comp, like
it still matters a lot because if you have 4 dudes and it's like you have a charger, a splatling, a dynamo roller, and then 1 guy using a splattershot junior, like that's not a good team composition,
Yeah, but
it's like you have 2 anchors and a dynamo roller.
It's like TF2 pub logic, though. Like, even the stupidest shit is gonna win games just because everyone doesn't care.
Well, partially, but like with TF2 pub logic, the better team is gonna win, provided everyone is at least trying to win the game.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah,
I love
but it's like, but people in TF2 will still change classes depending on what the team composition needs at any given time.
Yeah, that's true. You usually don't end up with 12 spies.
Yeah, if there's too many people playing spy, usually someone will switch off a spy.
Yeah.
It's like just because at that point it's the more spies you have, the harder it is to play spy, and the less fun it becomes. So at that point, someone's gonna be like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna play soldier,"
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get some kills, man,
But that's for Splatoon 2. What have we not covered? I mean, we saw like 5 seconds of single player. I don't think we saw anything new. Kelly and Marie are there. Nice to see them.
Yeah. We haven't talked about the other vendors besides Harmony.
I don't care about any of them.
There's another... The T-shirt guy is once again a jellyfish or whatever who speaks in weird old English slang for the 3rd time in a row.
Yeah, there's a Nautilus.
Yeah.
That gives headgear.
The hat person has a headmate. This time they have Nails the Snail. Nails the Snail is very cool. He's got cool sunglasses on. He's wearing a little hat.
Isn't it crazy? That's not even the coolest character they introduced in this direct.
I know, it's crazy. Like, Nails is basically the Splatoon equivalent of fucking Newbert. And he's still, like, only the 2nd coolest character reveal in this entire thing.
I know.
Yeah. Gnarly Eddie is fun, though.
The coolest character is Big Man.
Oh yes. Before we
He is
talk
so.
about Big Man, we got to talk about that giant crab dude.
Oh
Who
yeah.
sells you
Oh,
the
he's cool.
shoes. Another crustacean who sells you shoes.
Okay. My
You know,
crustaceans.
I don't know.
I
It's this has been their thing. It's just like okay.
got a theme going, I guess.
Yeah.
They understand.
It's like the hat one has a symbiote relationship. The shoe one is always some kind of crustacean. The shirt guy is always a jellyfish. It's like, and then weapons is always Sheldon.
What a great theme there.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't know. And
what is this new Spike? What's this guy?
okay, so Merch. Merch is the guy from the second game, the little dude. He grew up. I didn't even realize it because I forgot his name. During when we were watching it live, I didn't even realize they were the same person because
How much time has passed? So they just age really quickly?
keep in mind it's been 5 years since the start of Splatoon 2. So while those years pass, we didn't see him physically age, but I guess he did. So he's at least 5 years older.
Maybe he was in the baby dimension from Fire Emblem Fates. Like Kelly and Maria look identical.
Yeah. This is such a much better design for him.
I kind of hate this design.
Okay, compare that to the gross baby man he was before.
Oh, I mean, yeah. But now it's just like a dude, and he's like a cyclops in jeans.
It's so much better than that weird, gross baby dude he was before. Such a glow up.
But more importantly, did we get all the shopkeepers? Can we talk about Big Man now?
I guess we can talk about Big Man now.
I've warmed up to the idols since they're revealed. They're cool.
Yeah, me too.
It just caught me off guard, which Pearl and Marina also did with Pearl's giant forehead. And this Fry's giant forehead also just,
Yeah.
it shined into my face and it distracted me.
Yeah, I like them enough.
They're good. They're funny.
Yeah, I think they're funny looking, yeah. I think what they were going with Fry was was kind of like an ugly cute, sort of pug
they got big
sort of thing. Yeah.
Some big ears, a big forehead.
And I think they kind of accomplished that. Yeah.
And Shiver's cool.
Yeah.
And Big Man, if you cannot possibly dislike Big Man.
Yeah.
Also, Shiver's suction cups look like what are those called? Speakers. That's cool.
She's an octoling.
Yeah. Is that intentional though that they look like speakers though?
I don't know. Okay, so we now can actually use the phones that all the Inklings have, but now they're flip phones for some reason. In Splatoon 1 and 2, they had smartphones that were like Inkling shaped, but now they have cucumber.
Looks like Gene Guy had a smartphone. Merch guy. So is he like a hipster? That's like he's an old shit.
Yeah.
Oh
now
my
they
God.
have flip phones.
Oh my God. Technology is going backwards in the Splatoon universe.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Yeah.
Oh, but the most important thing I realized that was since we talked about the idols, that means the Splatfest. Which one are you choosing? That's the most important question.
Big Man's team, Team Scissors, all the way.
It probably is the best rock paper scissors. That's true. It does always win.
Yeah.
Rock's pretty funny though because it's a fist.
Yes.
But paper, nah. That's the most awkward one to make with your hand. It's no fun. Want to make.
I do like Fry's reasoning for why paper is the best. It's because you can write destructive phrases on it.
I hope I didn't like any of the idols when they were first introduced. They all grew on me very quickly, though. Like,
yeah.
when I first saw Kelly Maria, it's like, what the fuck's this? Get out of here.
So it's funny because Kelly Marie was what sold me on Splatoon. It's like I wasn't sure about it until they showed off Kelly Marie, and I was like, oh, okay, they got fucking like Love Live idols. Sign me up.
Now you're on board.
Yeah.
They had a vision with Splatoon 1 that they have kept going with both the games.
Yeah. I know. They made Splatoon 1 twice.
It is the same game. As much as a lot of
what we in the business call a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy seeing all the people really hell-bently arguing that it's like, this know need to exist. And they're just really salty because
Splatoon 2 didn't need to exist.
No, Splatoon 2 needed to exist.
It's a nice excuse to go back to this gameplay. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, it needed to be on Switch, actually, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, the real reason why Splatoon 3 needs to exist is because they can't keep updating Splatoon 2 indefinitely for no extra cost.
That's true. They want the moolah.
Yeah, it's like they don't like charge for DLC or any of that shit. It's like all this shit is free.
That's
the
true.
Updates and stuff.
Usual hats to make $1 billion a year on.
Yeah, this isn't a live service game, guys. It's like you buy it for full price. You get updates and support throughout its lifetime, and then you buy the next game when that comes out.
Yep.
Which 5 years is more than enough time between games, guys. This is not fucking Call of Duty. This is not Overwatch 2.
Because you can still play Splatoon 2. Even if they ever kill the multiplayer, I can still go and actually play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's not even like an asshole live service.
Yeah. You totally exploded there. But
did I?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's weird.
Trying to think.
Did the mic peak?
Yeah.
That's weird. I didn't talk any louder than usual. That's odd.
Well, you went like, ah. That's what it sounded like.
Oh, well. I don't know. I can't know exactly what I said, so you'll have to subtitle me.
I don't know. I don't remember, and I don't care.
No, I'm joking. But anyway, what are the topics? Any more of the topics, or we want to wrap up?
No, we still have to talk about the Tricolor Turf War. It's now that Turf Wars have 3 teams. You got 3 teams fighting at the same time. Wow.
Who's this most unfair for? The winning team that has to go against 2 other people?
Okay, so how this works is halfway through the Splatfest, it will turn into Tricolor Turf War, where the 3 remaining teams, or all the 3 teams, right? Whichever one team is in the lead currently will get to have the full team. And then the other 2 teams will be teams of 2 and smaller, and they will fight on the middle ground. So it seems...
I think this is probably a good idea. I remember Old Splatfest always had the issue where the less popular team, they always had issues with that, and delegating the less popular team to only having 2 members will fix a lot of those issues.
Yeah, but what happens where we have a Splatfest that has, 3 options, 2 of which are popular and 1 of which is extremely unpopular,
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it kind of saves it then, because if there's 2 somewhat popular teams, it doesn't really matter which ones they match up with in the first half, Yeah. But if then if the team that has no players on it starts winning all of their few games they have and somehow manages to get in the lead, which they probably won't do because they'll probably be playing less games overall because the other teams will keep matching with each other over and over again instead of the 3rd team,
Yeah.
I have no idea how this is going to work.
Splatfests are chaos. That's fine.
That is the theme of the game. Keep in mind, it's chaos.
That's true.
The theme of the game is chaos.
I hope we get more really dumb licensed Splatfests. So, like,
Yeah,
SpongeBob and Patrick. What the fuck?
yeah. Now we're gonna have Mr. Krabs, Sandy, or Squidward.
Oh, but everyone will pick Squidward because he's a squid and it's Squidward.
Yeah. No, I think some people might pick Mr. Krabs.
Okay, that's true. Because and we'll get the Beaver's posts of just, are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? We'll just have thousands of those in the mailbox or whatever it is now.
Yeah. Are you like shaking keys or something?
No.
Okay, it sounds like someone's playing with keys.
I think that's still the air conditioner. I mean, not air conditioner. I mean, the
washer.
Dryer.
Yeah. I caramba.
I caramba blah. All right, so anything else you want to see added? Anything that's missing?
I already said the thing about Octavio.
Okay. I just want the Squidward costume back. I want Ika Musume back.
I heard there was some weird controversy regarding it, and that's why they haven't done it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I hope that in future games following this, they give Porco the Sheldon treatment. She just gets to be in every game now.
Do it! Do it, Nintendo!
Yeah, just do it.
Do it!
Yeah. Oh, but since she does have a 3D model now, I do wonder if she'll show up for the concert, like the hologram concerts they do.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about those. Those are crazy.
Because it doesn't seem that unlikely when you take in the factor that one time they had KK Slider open a concert. And another time they did play one of her songs.
Okay.
So
what instrument is she in the band?
She's the vocalist and synthesizer.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. The Krabs plays the drums, the octopus plays bass, and the squid, the inkling, plays guitar.
You think the octopus would be the drums?
No, the crab plays the drums.
Okay. You can have like his claws out.
I'm pretty sure there isn't actually any bass in any of their songs.
That's actually pretty funny if that was intentional.
And it's really funny too, because she puts a synthesizer on her voice.
Okay.
So in the lore, she lip syncs all her concerts.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So technically, this is the first time we get to hear her real voice, unedited and filtered, in game.
Oh my god. Which still just sounds like a synthesized, filtered, I assume. So everyone in Splatoon sounds like gargling. And that's fine, it's hilarious. But yeah.
Yeah.
Want to wrap up then?
I think we're good. I don't think there's anything I'm forgetting about. Anything I'm forgetting about, I'll just talk again when the game comes out, or after the Splatfest. Because you know I'm going to be playing that all day. Yeah.
That's 8:27. That's my birthday.
Holy cow. I asked off of work that day. For unrelated reasons, it just happened to line up with the Splatfest.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Nintendo knew. But, alright.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up then.
Yeah, everything was going shit until this Direct dropped, and then everything in my life started to not suck ass.
Porco has improved the universe.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're done. Thanks for watching and suffering through this, and I'm sorry about all of Ricola's horrendously obnoxious background noise throughout the entire thing.
I'm sorry about the dryer. I gotta wash clothes.
I can't believe you haven't clicked off at any point during this video. That's insane to me. How did you sit through this for an hour? If you did it,
you're genuinely a fucking hero. Like, clap. Standing ovation to you.
I wouldn't have done this. I don't even think I can advertise this one. This is just kind of like bad.
To be fair, we already did the Splatoon direct reaction. This is just a fun
thing.
I
don't really care. Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.